Most people think digital products, affiliate marketing, and dropshipping are shortcuts to online income, but these are some of the slowest and most complex business models to start. After years of trying to figure out how to ethically make money online, I learned that the fastest path isn't products or a marketing scheme. It's services. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build an online service business that gets you paid without waiting for inventory, funnels, or followers. This business model works even if you don't have experience working with clients, and even if you think you don't have a skill worth paying for. It's also designed to operate with one person, so you don't have to worry about hiring a team or any of the headache that comes with that. That's actually one of my favorite things about this business model, is that you are in the driver's seat and you have complete control of what your business looks like. It also means that your skills are the foundation of your business. And believe it or not, you probably already have a skill set that you can monetize. Let me just paint a little picture here of how much opportunity there is and how many skills are in demand. I've been a freelance service provider for over 7 years, and I work with e-commerce brands that sell physical products. Each of my clients has a minimum of 5 people working on their business. Even the really tiny startups that I work with have help from friends and family and freelancers, because there are so many different tasks that go into operating an online store. You've got the website, email marketing, social media, accounting, inventory and logistics, customer service, just to name a few. Now, there are an estimated 28 million e-commerce stores globally. If you do the math, that's 28 million times at least 5 people on each team, and the opportunities are staggering. And this is only one type of business. This doesn't include software businesses and digital product e-commerce businesses, not to mention all the local businesses that market their business online. If you can't think of a service that you could offer online off the top of your head, it's only because you don't understand the full landscape. Now, this whole digital frontier is pretty new, and I know how hard it can be to break out of that traditional employee mindset and start thinking about what type of business you could have. So I put together a guide with over 35 service ideas that you can use to start your online service business. These are real examples of services that businesses are looking for right now. This guide is completely free, and you can grab it at the link down in the description. Now, to give you an idea of how possible and real this is, I'm just going to tell you my story. I went from teaching yoga and bartending to writing blog articles for sustainable brands. I didn't have a degree in writing or marketing, and I didn't know anything about writing blog articles or SEO until I learned about those things online. Within 6 months of learning that this was a service that I could offer and a business that I could have, I had quit my jobs and I was able to focus on my business full time. Now, I knew that I could write, so I turned that into a simple service. I put it out there, and it definitely wasn't perfect in the beginning, but I perfected it over time. So I really encourage you to think about those things that you love doing, maybe something that you've always wanted to do, or something that you know that you have a knack for. And once you've settled on a skill, you need to turn it into a service. And here's what I mean. I want you to think about your raw skill. Like for me, it would have been writing. Think of that as a piece of protein that you're going to cook. So it could be chicken, steak, tofu, whatever you like to eat. What makes that piece of raw protein something that you can actually serve is how you prepare it, right? How you cook it and how you season it. Now, to make your skill really attractive to clients, you need to know how they want their plate. This means choosing a niche. Choosing a niche simply means deciding who you cook for. Because the truth is, your service becomes 10 times more valuable when you tailor it to a specific client with a specific need. You do not have to have the same niche forever, so don't put a ton of pressure on yourself to get it perfect out the gate. You just need to pick one group of people that you can help right now. And this can be pretty broad unless you do know a specific type of business and industry that you want to work with. It could be local businesses, coaches, nonprofits, e-commerce, real estate, or any industry or type of business that you have an appreciation for. Once you know what skill set you are going to turn into a service and who you are serving, you can set a basic scope for your service. The scope outlines what's included and what's not. Now, you might have an idea of what should go into your service from past experience or industry knowledge, but if you don't, I did include a ChatGPT prompt in that guide I mentioned earlier. So once you go through and figure out a service, you can plug that in and get some clarity. Again, that link is down in the description. When it comes to pricing your service, do not make the mistake of charging hourly, because that's going to get you stuck in the $15 to $20 an hour trap. And that is going to put a cap on your income. Instead, you want to price by value and scope. Pricing can get pretty nuanced, and I have a video that goes deeper into this that I will link down below, so you can watch that next. But when you are just starting out, a really simple hack is to look at what other service providers are charging. So you're looking at other freelancers and maybe even agencies. Once you have your service, you have the foundation of your business. At this point, you have the option of setting up a website and or your LinkedIn profile. And these are things that I do recommend knocking out eventually. But if you're looking for proof that your online service business can be profitable quickly, it's time to get right into finding your first client. So here's the plan. You're going to make a list of at least 10 people that you know. And this could be anyone, coworkers, bosses, aunts, uncles, cousins, doesn't matter, just adults that you know. Out of that list, if there is anyone that you think might need your services, even just a slim chance, put a star next to their name. Those are your warm leads because you already know them and there's a chance that they need your services. Ideally, they're in your niche, but it's okay if they aren't. I always recommend working with whatever first clients you can get just so that you can gain experience working with clients. Now with these leads, you're gonna reach out, you're gonna call them, or you're gonna send an email or a text with a simple pitch that goes something like this. Hi Joe, I just started offering virtual assistant services and I thought of you because of how busy you are running your real estate business. If you're open to it, I'm offering a small trial package so people can test the service before making any commitments. Would you like me to send over the details? And when they say yes, you send the information about your service. Now I'm going to tell you something that a lot of freelancing coaches won't. At this point, it does make sense to offer a competitive rate or a small free trial. Now I know there are a lot of people out there who will tell you to never lower your rates and to charge what you're worth, whatever that means. But here's the truth. Clients are never going to pay top dollar without any proof. You need a portfolio, you need testimonials, and in the beginning, you need those things more than anything. And these small trade-offs pay off big and really quickly. Once you have a client under your belt and you have some sort of proof that you know what you're doing, it's already time to raise your rates. Now, those people on your list who maybe don't need your services, you're still going to reach out to them, but it's gonna look a little bit different. This is just gonna be a casual message that goes something like this. Hi Joe, do you know anyone who might need help with tasks like scheduling showings, responding to leads, and writing property descriptions? I just started offering virtual assistant services for realtors and I'm looking for a few people who need support. If anyone comes to mind, I'd love an intro. It's as simple as that. Now I've gotten resistance from people when I've told them to do this because they think they don't know anyone who needs their services. But remember how I said I used to teach yoga before I started my business? Well, some of my first clients came from my yoga community. Were they exactly in my niche? No. Did they think that because I was offering to write their website copy that I could also design their website? Yes. Those first clients not only earned me my first dollars and got me some testimonials and helped me grow my portfolio, but they also helped me get comfortable working with clients, which is something that is so valuable and I feel like no one talks about it enough. Because when you're going out there and you are rolling out your service that you're going to offer, there's a whole workflow that goes into that. And doing that with people you're familiar with, I think is a little bit easier. Now, the reality of building any business is that it is never completely straightforward, and you are always gonna have to do things that make you a little bit uncomfortable. But an online service business is as fast and easy as it gets. Tapping into your existing network is usually the fastest way to get your first client. But if you don't get a bite right away, or if you wanna stack some more opportunities, your next move is group networking. This is where you use online communities to put yourself in front of people who are actively looking for help. It's the closest thing you can get to a warm audience without having to go on social media and spend months growing your following. And once you learn how to do it right, you can bring in clients consistently. If you want to learn my exact group networking strategy, make sure you watch this video next, because this is how beginners get traction fast. And if you want more support as you get your online service off the ground, make sure you're subscribed because I've got a lot more in store to help you build a stable freelance business.